Shall we start the program now?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody in the webinar organized by the Value Ideas Investment Services Private Limited in collaboration with the Department of Economics and Commerce and the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Shyampur Siddheswari Mahavidyalaya, Howrah, West Bengal. Topic of today's webinar is very topical given the turbulent time the economy is passing through. In this tough time, scientific management of personal finance and money management is very important as the inflation levels are soaring high. So the topic for today's webinar is capital market awareness and money management. I would like Professor Choitali Chakraborty on behalf of the internal quality assurance of our college, and she is also an assistant professor of Department of Political Science to introduce our distinguished speaker. Chaitali Chakraborty.
Thank you, Dr. Day. It is my pleasure to introduce our guest in this webinar. Today, our guest is Darshana Rampuria. She is a chartered accountant, head of business operations, Value Ideas Investment Services Private Limited. Darshana Rampuria has done her BCom honors from Sri Shikshatan College in Kolkata, and she is a qualified chartered accountant. Madam Darshana carries an experience of over 8 years in the field of business consulting and debt capital raising. She has expertise in providing solutions to emerging corporates or SMEs with her analytical and execution skills. She has also been an investment banker and an integral part of some SME IPOs. In addition, she had led teams for debt capital raising and business advisory in Kolkata and Mumbai. On behalf of IQAC Shyampur Siddheswari Mahavidyalaya, I welcome you, ma'am, to enlighten our students with your vast knowledge and experience in this field. And I sincerely hope that our students will immensely benefit from this talk. Now, over to you, ma'am. The stage is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for a wonderful welcome. And I'm hoping that, things are all safe and sound with everybody. So a very warm afternoon to everybody. And thank you for spending our time. And I'm hoping that, at the end of the session, we would end up with some meaningful knowledge as a takeaway. So couple of things, guys. Of course, this is, let this be little interactive. We would really appreciate, we can we can unmute our mics when, I'm asking questions, and there is nothing right, wrong. बहुत ही basic है, absolutely basic in terms of, imparting in knowledge about capital market, about financial planning, etc., etc. Right? So on the onset, of course, it's a BSc initiated investor protection fund program altogether, investor awareness program. Absolutely under the governance of Bombay Stock Exchange, SEBI, and the other regulatory bodies. So I would, like to thank Bombay Stock Exchange along with SME Value Advisors, Accelerating Minds for bringing us all together for this, and pulling us all for this wonderful session ahead. So a couple of questions. Now let me ask. I think most of us are students here, right? So why are you all studying? Like, if I want to know. Can somebody tell me? Can somebody just unmute and say, why are you studying? पढ़ाई क्यों कर रहे हो? पढ़ाशोना केन होच्छे? Nobody?
Ma'am, good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Suman Das. Become fourth sem student.
So Suman,
Can I speak? Yeah, can I speak in Hindi or Bengali?
Bengali, of course, I am from Calcutta, but my understanding, now it's been more than a decade that I'm away, so I may not be able to totally apprehend. But of course, at Hindi, that is convenient. No problem.
Okay,
Shuman,
ma'am. Thank you.
If you have problem, you can speak in Bengali. I will take it up to madam. Okay,
Perfect.
Shuman.
Okay, ma'am. I can speak Hindi. Something. मैम हम लोग पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं फॉर हमारा फ्यूचर के लिए, जो फ्यूचर में हमको बेनिफिट देगा और हमको कुछ शिक्षा मिलेगा। हम कॉमर्स में है तो हमारा पहला सोच है द मनी क्या है, कैसे बिजनेस होता है, क्या इसके बाद क्या करूं, ये इसलिए हम पढ़ रहे हैं। और आज का टॉपिक है, सॉरी मैम।
No, I'm saying perfect. Very good.
थैंक यू मैम।
I'm glad. I think आपने probably मेरे जो series of questions है सुमन, आपने उसको भी answer कर दिया है. So typically, of course, you rightly said that we all are studying probably, but ideally, I think we all are studying to gain some knowledge, right? And
Yeah,
gain knowledge through what? Through our educations, through our curriculum, etc. And what will that knowledge do? Which will eventually help us grab some work, right? Make us efficient towards our work. Just a
yeah,
request. If you're not speaking, probably, the others also, please keep your mics on mute so that we can have a seamless session altogether. And in case there is something to say, of course, we can unmute and speak as well, right? Great.
Excuse me, madam. I am interrupting.
Yes.
Some people are trying to join. They are not able to join. Please admit them.
I don't see any requests. By the way, Aditya, are you there? I think you could probably take this up.
Yes.
Yeah?
9821.
Great.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Aditya will keep on adding, so that's not a problem. That matter is resolved. So coming back to why we studying, of course, to gain knowledge, so that we can become capable to, probably work. So work, it could be in terms of job, business, service, anything, right? And eventually, Suman, as you said, the end goal for all of us is we want to do it because we want to earn money. And I think one of the biggest reason why we all want to earn money is to actually take care of our desires, to take care of our dreams, and to achieve in a way of financial freedom, right?
yeah मैम।
To lead a life exactly how we are planning. So see, this is exactly what my presentation is also saying. Why we, you can just glance in probably. Now all of you all tell me, how many of you all are actually stuck in this entire cycle wherein, income तो हमारे पास कम है लेकिन expenses ज़्यादा है. So every month we have to actually struggle as far as our incomes and expenses are concerned. Anybody or everybody is so proper prim and planned कि मुझे कोई expenses में problem ही नहीं हो रही है. I'm totally managing my money. Is there anybody who's feeling like that? Whatever income it could be in terms of whatever stipends, pocket monies, etc. I'm hoping that since all of us are in college right now, then of course, that proper source of income definitely becomes a little bit of a challenge for a few people. But I'm sure with whatever little money that you're getting, are you guys struggling as far as your incomes and expenses are concerned?
या मैम,
Yeah.
हम तो अभी स्टूडेंट है, हमारा पॉकेट मनी पेरेंट्स से मिल जाता है, बट हम लोगों को भी कुछ पैसा की जरूरत होता है कुछ कुछ समय में, जो नहीं मिलता और पेरेंट्स से भी सपोर्ट नहीं आता इस पैसे के लिए। तो हम लोगों को इस पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज हम पैसे कमा सकते हैं, मेरा भविष्य कर सकते हैं, इसीलिए हम लोग ये पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं। और फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम मिलने के लिए हम पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, और हमारा गोल है कुछ करने का लाइफ में।
Great. Great. I think, Not just the fact that you are studying, so we have you are particularly experiencing this gap. Of course, I'm not denying कि ये जो gap है, ये जो problem पूरा circle है कि हमारी जो income है as compared to हमारी जो expenses उसमें mismatch है. I think most of us struggle with that. So irrespective whether you're earning, whether you're not earning, you are unfortunately struggling with that. So let me ask this very interesting question. How about, let's say आपकी month की requirement 20,000, 30,000, whatever, X amount है. Every first of the month, imagine, okay, that
Yeah, ma'am.
amount is credited to your bank account. So early morning, you wake up, you see the message from the bank, X amount credited. And that happens every month on month. How would you feel?
It's too grateful for us. The money was our salary was come in
Ah,
my bank account.
I am not saying that you have worked for it. सैलरी फर्स्ट को आ रहा है मतलब आपने 30 days मेहनत किया है, बहुत मेहनत किया है. I am
हाँ.
giving you a scenario. Imagine every first you are waking up and there is an X amount that gets credited to your account. How would that make you feel?
It's so very happy or grateful to us. The every morning I woke up and see the my bank account was credited for 20,000 or 30,000 like
What's
that.
the amount you probably require, right? So can I say, what other things can you associate? So will the worry that you have as far as your expenses are concerned, that will still be there?
Sorry, ma'am.
अभी जो वरी रहती है ना कि हम इन एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे केटर करें, हम कैसे मैनेज करें, राइट? क्योंकि आई एम होपिंग दैट एज फार एज जो हमारे बेसिक एक्सपेंसेस हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ फूड एंड शेल्टर एंड क्लोथ्स,
Lifestyle. Yeah.
मकान अगर हमें मिल रहा है तो इसके बियॉन्ड हमें कुछ भी चाहिए तो हमें टेंशन होता है, स्ट्रेस होता है, या फिर यहाँ पे वी आर स्टिल इन द थिंग कि हमें खाने को नहीं मिल रहा, पहनने को नहीं मिल रहा, पढ़ने को नहीं मिल रहा, ऐसा कुछ है? So people, what I am trying to say is, as far as हमारी basic needs के जो expenses हैं, right, bare basic survival needs के, let's assume that is taken care every month. I think all of us together, I think the entire human being community altogether will be relieved in terms of working towards something that will keep on beyond, that will actually be beyond the basics. Am I making sense? हमारी जो बेसिक नीड है, अगर हमारा उस चीज का जो स्ट्रेस है वो अगर हट गया है तो शायद हमें अगर कुछ बड़ा करना है, हमें कुछ बेटर करना है, हमें कुछ इनोवेटिव करना है, हम हमारे माइंड एंड नॉलेज को उसमें यूज कर सकते हैं. Somebody?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, is it clear, ma'am?
Right, Suman, I think it makes sense, right? अगर हमारी बेसिक्स को हम ध्यान रख लेते हैं तो हमारी जो बियॉन्ड है, हम उन चीजों को कुछ नया करने में, कुछ इनोवेशन करने में, हमारी एनर्जी एंड माइंड को हम कुछ और चीजों में पुट इन कर सकते rather than tension and worry about the basics.
Yeah, ma'am.
Right?
हम कर सकते हैं. Yeah.
करेक्ट. सो अनफॉर्चुनेटली क्या है, ये जो फर्स्ट वाला जो मंथ है ना, फर्स्ट ऑफ द मंथ को जो मैं अभी आपको बोल रही थी मैजिक वॉन्ड आके एवरी मंथ इट जस्ट गेट्स क्रेडिटेड, अनफॉर्चुनेटली दैट इज नॉट द रियलिटी, right? There is nobody till the time we are in college or little, we are still studying, etc. Our parents may take care of, our basics, etc. Right? But after that, I'm sure all of us want to get independent in our respective lives, right? तो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि हमारी जो बेसिक्स है, जो बेसिक नीड्स हैं, बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट है, हम उनका स्ट्रेस कैसे मिटिगेट कर सकते हैं, हम कैसे उसे हटा सकते हैं. हम तभी हटा सकते हैं जब हमारे फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग सही तरीके से हो. करेक्ट?
Yeah, ma'am.
हाँ मैम.
Yeah, somebody said apart from Suman. I'm sorry, किसी ने unmute किया था. I didn't see your name. Nevertheless, so since all of us are majorly into commerce, can you tell me what do you understand by post-tax earning? Anybody unmute yourself, please. It's a बहुत basic question है. What do you understand by post-tax earning? ये नहीं समझ आता तो unmute करके बोलिए. मुझे नहीं पता what is post-tax earning. Okay. So typically, guys, I understand probably.
Ma'am, earning taxes properly after service.
Sorry. Come again.
After taxes payment for service. After service, I paid to tax. This was post taxes you call.
So you're close by. So ideally, what you're saying, जो भी हमारे income है उसमें से मैं tax portion हटा दूँ तो जो बचता है that is post tax earning. Correct? This is what you're saying?
Yeah.
So guys, please focus in this particular point. Why I'm continuously emphasizing on post tax earning. You will get to know in a minute. But before that, you all know different heads of income होते हैं, right? So let's say income from salary, income from house property, income from business, income from capital gain. ये सारी जो हमारे heads हैं इनमें हमारी post tax earning की जो calculation है that is different, right? Why is it different? For salaries and professionals, every income that they earn, right, is actually taxable. Making sense? क्या होता है जब सैलरी इनकम आती है तो कंपनी अपने आप लेट्स से टीडीएस डिडक्ट कर देते हैं and then so that is post tax earning that you get as net salary. Similarly, when you are running a business, you reduce your expenses क्योंकि business करने के लिए कुछ expenses होते हैं हम उन्हें minus करते हैं उसके बाद जो बचता है उस पे हम tax देते हैं उसके बाद जो बचता है that is my post tax earning, right? Similarly, the post tax earning for capital gain also differs. Let's say in terms of dividend income, अगर company हमें dividend देती है तो it is totally taxable in the hands of the shareholder. Similarly, अगर हमारा LTCG होता है long term capital gain होता है तो हमारा जो X amount है that gets charged to tax, right? Why am I actually emphasizing on post tax earning? Because in whatever field you go ahead, you should know when you are planning your financial goals, etc. You should know that actually this is what I need to focus is what is my post tax earning. Yeah, what is the money that I will actually get in hand? क्योंकि अगर मैं assume करूं कि let's say मेरी salary is 50,000 a month, तो मैंने अगर अपने investments, expenses, spending सब कुछ अगर मैंने budget करके I have planned as for 50,000 rupees, then sorry, that is wrong. Right? Why is it wrong? क्योंकि net हमारे hand में वो आ ही नहीं रही है 50,000. What we are getting is anything after reduction of tax. So when I am planning my financial goals, desires, budgets, I have to take care of the amount that actually I get in hand. Clear so far? So guys, always remember सिर्फ जो रुपए आते हैं हमें उनका ही नहीं, that is not my real earning. I need to take care of the fact that what is my post tax point as well. Clear? Any questions so far?
No, ma'am. I understood.
Great. So I'm assuming कि जो भी हाँ बोल रहे हैं they are speaking on behalf of the entire class, right? किसी को कुछ भी query रहता है, you can always unmute and ask me. Apart from that, I will leave a couple of minutes end of session wherein you can ask me questions. Correct? Now coming to the very important question. How many of you all are saving? चलो मुझे chat box में thumbs up भेजो for everybody who's managing to save money. कोई है जो यहाँ मनी सेव करता है?
हाँ मैम मैं करता हूँ सेव.
ओके अक्षय, तो इज इट लाइक आप एवरी मंथ या कुछ मंथ होता है जिस मंथ मेरे फ्रेंड्स जिस मंथ में ठीक नहीं है उन सब महीने मैम तो ऐसा है?
हाँ मैम, हर महीने सेव नहीं होता, मगर कुछ महीने में मैं 2000 3000 ऐसे सेव करता हूँ।
Okay. So can I say कि typically how you end up saving is, मुझे जो भी पॉकेट मनी इनकम whatever आपकी जो रेवेन्यू आती है उसमें से आप सारे खर्चे हटा देते हो, फिर जो बच जाता है वो आपकी सेविंग हो जाती है।
हाँ, हर महीने तो हम खर्च नहीं करते। कुछ कुछ महीने में जो लॉकडाउन था उसमें भी पॉकेट मनी थोड़ा मिला था, उसमें हम जो कॉलेज जाने के जो खर्चे है वो सब हट गया था, उसको मैं सेविंग करा था।
ग्रेट। सो मैं वही बोल रही हूँ ना कि अगर आपके खर्चे नहीं होते हैं तो सेव हो जाता है, खर्चे हो जाते तो सेव नहीं होता है, राइट?
हाँ हाँ हाँ, ठीक है।
तो अभी आप स्क्रीन देखो तो टिपिकली हमारे साथ क्या हो रहा है, अर्निंग माइनस स्पेंडिंग इज इक्वल टू सेविंग,
यस
राइट?
मैम, यस मैम।
क्या करना है, इसे हमें चेंज करना है टू वॉरेन बफे। आप लोग पहचानते हो ये जिनका फोटो है?
यस मैम।
हाँ मैम, ये वार्डन बफेट है,
ही इज वन
हाँ
ऑफ
मैम।
द फाइनेंशियल
एप्पल इन्वेस्टर।
गुरुज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। उन्होंने ये बहुत अच्छी चीज, किसी को भी अगर फाइनेंशियल गोल्स या फाइनेंशियल टारगेट्स अचीव करने हैं, जो हमारी सबकी इच्छाएं हैं, वी वांट टू बिकम रिच, राइट? इफ यू ऑल्टर योर equation to this, look at the screen. I have just altered the equation. I have put savings on the left and spending on the right. So people, क्या होता है ना, हम सब ह्यूमन बींग्स हैं, हमें सब कुछ चाहिए लाइफ में। हमें घर मिल जाए तो हमें अच्छी गाड़ी चाहिए, अच्छी गाड़ी मिल जाए तो हमें हाई एंड गाड़ी चाहिए, तो हमें मूवी मिल गया है तो हमें ट्रिप चाहिए, हमें डोमेस्टिक ट्रिप मिल गया तो हमें इंटरनेशनल ट्रिप चाहिए। हम सबको बहुत ज्यादा चीजें चाहिए, विच इज नेचुरल, देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग इन दैट, बट everything can only be achieved, mark my words, if you have a disciplined saving policy implemented in your life. So rather than focusing, कि मुझे जिस महीने ज्यादा खर्चा उस दिन में सेव नहीं कर सकता, that is wrong, totally wrong. What we need to do is we need to ensure हमारी जो भी इनकम आए, चाहे हमें बर्थडे में रुपए एक्स्ट्रा मिल गए, बर्थडे है, रिलेटिव ने हमें कैश दे दिया है, कुछ भी हो गया, हमें एक सेट परसेंटेज को हमेशा साइड करके सेविंग्स में डालना है, क्योंकि एक्सपेंसेस की लिस्ट तो हमेशा बड़ी रहेगी। 4 टी शर्ट है तो ये 5 पैंट्स है तो 8 पैंट्स,
यस,
राइट? मेकिंग सेंस? हम सबको चाहिए। मुझे
शॉपिंग करने जाए तो एक टी शर्ट पसंद है, 2 3 ले लेते हैं।
एग्जैक्टली
इसी में ही खर्च हो जाता है।
तो हमारी ह्यूमन माइंड ही ऐसी है, हमारी डिजायर्स बहुत है, लेकिन उन सबको पूरा करने के लिए कुछ फाइनेंशियल डिसिप्लिन लानी बहुत जरूरी है। दैट कैन ओनली कम इफ यू एक्चुअली राइट डाउन दिस एंड इम्प्लीमेंट दिस इन योर लाइफ, दैट मुझे पहले मेरी इनकम में से सेविंग साइड करनी है, उसके बाद जो बचेगी मुझे मेरे खर्चे उतने में मैनेज करने हैं। अगर आप ये करते हो तो एटलीस्ट आपकी जो फ्यूचर कंटिजेंसीज हैं, आपके फ्यूचर डिजायर्स है, टारगेट्स है, कुछ भी चीजें हैं, वो आप डेफिनेटली, आई एम टेलिंग यू, यू कैन अचीव। And use that saving to actually build your wealth. What do I mean by build your wealth? Basically, use that money and deploy it in proper pools which will actually give you proper income. Right? Build assets, build wealth. Right? अभी आप मेरे को बोल सकते हो, मैम मैं गाड़ी खरीदूंगा, बैलेंस शीट में तो गाड़ी इज एन एसेट, मैंने तो एसेट खरीदा है, बट नो, no dear friends, that is not an asset. That is actually what? It is a depreciable asset. Eventually आपकी जो money है, that will start getting depleted. मैं ये नहीं बोल रही कि please do not buy and only use your money in things that will only multiply. Of course I'm not saying that, but be diligent, be very proper कि हमारे पैसे हम कहाँ डाल रहे हैं, कि at least हम उस मनी से हम कैसे और अर्न कर सकते हैं, right? So build assets. And what is asset? Look into the screen. It's nothing which it's actually something which will give you earnings, right? Right? So moving ahead, asset is, not just what is an asset on the asset and balance sheet side, but also what is genuinely is helping you build your wealth. Fair enough? And assets you can invest into different things, equity, bonds, rented real asset, etc., etc. किसी में भी. Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
It is important that how and where we invest our asset, that is extremely important, and that is subjective to हमारी cash flows क्या है, हमारे targets क्या हैं, हम किन चीजों में इन्वेस्ट करें, हमें ध्यान रखना है उनकी लिक्विडिटी क्या है, उसमें चार्जेस क्या हैं, हम हमें वो पैसे कितने दिन के लिए इन्वेस्ट करना है, हमें वो पैसे कब मिलेंगे, हमें लेट्स से 5 साल बाद कुछ अमाउंट चाहिए लाइफ में, तो whether it is meeting my financial goals etc. or not, that needs to be taken care, and one has to put the financial plan very very correctly, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
So typically money you may say, sir, ma'am, मैं तो savings account में रख के रखा हूँ, my asset is increasing. Guys, let's understand, savings account is just giving you some simple interest. Everybody's heard about simple interest, compound interest, right? Simple interest जिसमें हमें interest सिर्फ एक बार मिलता है, compounding is where basically हमें interest पे interest मिलता है. Clear? Fair?
हाँ मैम. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
World.
Yes, ma'am.
So for me in the financial world, if I see, it is actually a eighth wonder. It's a magic. The whole fact that my money is actually building in more money, and that money is again building in more money. This entire phenomena is phenomenal. मुझे अगर option दिया जाए, after the 7 structural wonders, for me, this is my 8th wonder. Think about it. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So yes, and now when you are, investing into the stock market, there are some very important things that one needs to take care. Make sure you're only dealing with the registered brokers. Correct? Make sure आपको आपके contract notes मिल रहे हैं बैंक के broker से. Contract note is nothing but a legal binding agreement. Yes,
Ma'am, I have a question.
yes, please.
Please explain me the risk after associated with the investment risk factor. Investment का risk factor क्या है?
Okay, हाँ, I will cover that. Probably आगे आप देखोगे ना.
और मैम I also another question. मैम इस रिस्क को हम कैसे मुकाबला करें, आप बता सकते हैं? रिकवरी कर सकते?
ये अभी आप जो precaution in stock market देख रहे हो ना, that is also valid for, let's say if you invest into your mutual funds, into stocks, etc. There are certain to-dos that one needs to take care of, right? अगर आप इनको नहीं ध्यान रखते हो, then automatically that's a risk factor. Now let's take one by one. Deal with registered brokers. अगर आपके broker registered नहीं है, then your money can get duped, right? Because it's not a trustworthy platform, person, organization through which you are transacting. So make sure he or she is actually registered. B, make sure you're receiving your contract notes. Make sure your contract note is nothing but an agreement that binds that this is the X amount you have purchased or sold or whatever. So make sure that is you're receiving that, which means your broker is actually working in a systematic manner, right? Otherwise, there is no authentic proof that आपने जो खरीदा है वो आपके portfolio में है, आपने जो बेचा है उसके पैसे आपको मिल गए हैं. C, most important, सबसे बड़ी risk. Do not fall prey with market rumors. There is a huge channel and कितने लोग बोलते हैं अरे मनी इसमें डालो 3 दिन में डबल हो जाएगा, 1 महीने में ट्रिपल हो जाएगा, अरे लाइफ एकदम फ्री हो जाएगी. या आप देखते हो किसी को, अरे इसने तो इतने पैसे कमा लिए हमारे स्टॉक मार्केट से, तो हमें भी इन्वेस्ट करना है, राइट? नहीं, इस सिर्फ रूमर के बेस पे नहीं होती इन्वेस्टमेंट. यू हैव टू डू योर रिसर्च, यू हैव टू डू योर स्टडीज, यू हैव टू नो अबाउट द कंपनी, डू योर फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस अबाउट द कंपनी rather than being very blind faith. Because biggest risk is ये जो frauds होते हैं या ये जो rumor based trades होता है, इनमें क्या होता है, nobody loses except you. It's your hard earned money. It takes one wrong trade and an effort of a year, 2 year, 3 year, it's just gone. So make sure when you're doing, you take care where you are investing in, you have to check that whether it is and it's not necessary कि कोई चीज सस्ती है, अरे 10 रुपए की चीज है तो वो सीधा मुझे 300 रुपए कर देगी, एंड जो 300 रुपए की वो तो 305 भी नहीं कर पाएगी. Not necessarily. कोई चीज सस्ती है, that does not mean it's good. I'm not saying कि कोई चीज सस्ती है तो it will not be good. I'm not saying that. It may be good, but you have to make sure whether the pricing is justified when you are doing your research, when you are doing your fundamental analysis about the company. Apart from that, of course, do not fall prey to these tips and all कि result आने वाला है, ये tip है, वो tip है, इसने invest कर लिया तो ये company 10 times बढ़ जाएगी. Boss, let's not get into that, all that. Make sure when you are investing in, I am continuously highlighting, make sure you are taking care of all the protocols and the due diligence that needs to be taken care. And most importantly, when it comes to your money, please make sure when you are paying your broker, you're only paying in DD or check form. There is no cash settlement. 1 lakh रुपए का loss है तो 1 lakh आप cash में ले लो. No. Please do not, it has to be only in the form of your check or your DD, and make sure the name that you put on the DD or the check, it is drawn in the name of the organization or the particular name जिसके अंदर आपके broker जो registered है. So if I am running a broking firm, you cannot, probably issue a check in the name of Darshana Rampur here. No, you have to ensure that my broking firm, which is I have registered, uska name is where through which account my transactions are happening. So guys, these are some of the risks, Suman, as you said, and major risks that keep prevailing, right? Major risk सिर्फ ये है कि where you are investing in till the time you do not follow. And likewise, मैंने पहले बोला आप invest करो तो check करो आपकी legal cost क्या है, processing fees क्या है, etc. ये सब जो चीजें हैं हमें उनको देखना पड़ेगा, right? ये ना हो कि हमने invest कर दिया लेकिन 5 साल तक हम withdraw नहीं कर सकते. लेट्स से कोई प्लान में हमने इन्वेस्ट किया है बट हमें मनी तो 2 साल बाद चाहिए. सो रिस्क इज इन टर्म्स वेदर आपकी जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वेदर दे आर मीटिंग द सेम गोल और नॉट. Suman, have I finished answering quite a bit of your questions?
Yeah, ma'am.
Great.
Ma'am, I have a question. DD means DD का full form क्या है? आपने DD कहाँ था?
Demand draft.
Demand draft. Thank you, ma'am.
So moving, Charlie Munger, another financial guru. So guys, you all can actually write down these names: Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, and आगे और भी names आएंगे, Stephen Covey, etc. इनको लिख सकते हो. आपको जब free time मिले, read about them, read about the philosophies. आपको clarity मिलेगी as far as your financial plannings are concerned. So what Charlie Munger says, as long as you don't do anything nonsense with your money, you would end up becoming rich if you are disciplined and patient. जो मैंने आपको स्टार्टिंग में कहा था, पेशेंटली अगर आप चीजों को फॉलो करोगे, then there is nothing that can hold you back. And in our means of कि हमें earn करना है, उसमें भी हमें realize करना है कि हमें principle based करना है, right? हमें एक सही तरीके से पैसे कमाने हैं. We don't want to get duped. We don't want to do illegal things to probably meet our financial goals. Correct? So as Dr. Stephen Covey mentioned, the right thing in life is to do the right thing. Correct? Then moving forward, of course,
Yes, ma'am.
some bits, it takes, as Benjamin Franklin said, it takes, हमारे पास जो आज हमारी name है, a lot of reputation and goodwill comes from ancestors as well, right? There is a name, prestige that everybody carries. It is not just, if you're born, you become prestigious. No. So make sure, you do good deeds and you do not hamper the good name and reputation that you have built for yourself, or, your family has built that for you. It takes years and years to probably build a reputation, but probably one wrong act and everything is gone. Totally gone. And much that I have spoken about financial goals, it is important, that we take care of the other wealth as well. We have a 360-degree control about our wealth, not just the physical. We need to take care of our physical wealth. In terms, we need to take care of our health. हमारी जो physical body है, that is also a wealth. Not everything is money, which is wealth. There are non-money related things which are wealth also. Make sure, you're taking time out and doing things for that. To build your life holistically, to build your life completely, right? Good health है, तो ही वो wealth की is of use. If you do not have good health, what will you do with that money, right? So that would be physical wealth, financial wealth, enough I've spoken, professional wealth. Eventually आप जब college से बाहर निकलोगे, you will meet your colleagues, juniors, seniors. So everybody is a wealth because somewhere or the other they are like helping you excel, they're helping you accelerate this entire your work as well. So they are in terms of some wealth. Having good colleagues, seniors, juniors, everything is wealth. So make sure you nurture them as well. Similarly, social wealth, apart from friends and immediate family, you have extended families, extended friends, some duty towards your society. So make sure you all are also taking care of that. And there is something which is inside you. There is some, so take care of that little being that is there inside this, the spiritual wealth. Spend that time to know about your mind, conscious, etc. And most importantly, take care of this, right? जब Insta आया, Facebook आया, we all started, अपने आप ही manage करने लग गए, right? हमने हमारा knowledge लगाया, mind लगाया कि हमें सीखना है, right? Similarly, life, probably for me, till the time I don't leave this world, I do not want to spend a single day where I do not enhance my mind, I do not enhance my brain, my intellect, right? Spend time, gain knowledge, know about what is happening around, learn something new. So make sure you are brain tuning it pretty well. Now, moving towards the end, of course, there are a few books that I would like to mention in, apart from when you read about these financial gurus that I've mentioned. If you read about them, along with that you can also read these books, Mad Money Journey, Rich Dad Poor Dad. So they give you very good essence in terms as far as your financial planning and things that you can do that will help you achieve your goals, right? So that is all from my side. And concluding remark, I've already mentioned in become a learning machine. Never stop learning, right? Never ever stop learning. That is all from my end, guys. Leaving the forum open for a couple of minutes in case there is somebody who has some questions. I would be happy to take up. And meanwhile, for those who do not have question, on the chat box, Aditya will mention in. You can click on this link and fill in the details, and you would get in your e-certificate for attending today's session. And the code will be 17032022. That is today's date, 17 March 2022. So guys, that brings me to the end of the session. Anybody, any query can probably put into the chat box if you think you don't want to unmute yourself. Otherwise, just unmute and shoot out.
Students, do you have any questions?
मैम हम जो इन्वेस्ट करेंगे वो आप किस संस्था में इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए आप प्रेफर करते हैं?
Samastha in terms, do you mean किस bucket में?
कंपनी, किस कंपनी में, किस बकेट में हम?
So that's not my place. Okay, so this is not the right forum where I can actually advise in कि आप इस company में करो, sector में करो, company में करो. That is not the entire takeaway from the thing. The only thing is I have mentioned in आप किन चीजों में invest कर सकते हो, bonds, good debentures, equity, mutual funds, etc. So you can do your due diligence and what your justification as far as the particular call. मुझे ये सेक्टर ठीक है, कंपनी अच्छी लग रही है, उस डेटा मुझे so can you please mute yourself? Yeah, so this is about it. जहाँ पे भी करो, please do it. And one of the key points I said, do not invest based on anybody's tip. So you can't be asking me. मैंने अभी आपको यही सिखाया, अपना ड्यू डिलिजेंस करें कंपनीज के, फिर इन्वेस्ट करें.
मैम मैं उसके इन्वेस्ट करूंगा, उसके बैकग्राउंड और अभी जो सिस्टम में चल रहा है उसके ऊपर बेस करके मैं इन्वेस्ट करूंगा, आप ये कह रहे हैं?
Great. I'm happy
Thank you,
to I can see that you've been very attentive and you are taking away what our whole idea was from this session, that you understand things that needs to be done to take care of the money so that your money multiplies, you build in your wealth. All right, anybody else, any question? Ma'am, do we get dividend in index fund? Guys, dividend only comes in equities. not in funds ideally. What are Ponzi schemes? Rohit, Ponzi schemes, again, I've already said, things like app 100 dalo, and then a lot of channels, schemes in terms of Ponzi scripts ki ye abhi 2 rupees ka share hai, अरे 2 का 2.5 हो गया है, 2.5 का तो 80 हो गया, this is going to reach 8 rupees or whatever. So these are like Ponzi schemes that keep going around. Some companies which have zero background, and then, you are told to probably invest into that. So these are all kind of schemes that is going around, and a lot of schemes in terms, that you invest in. Let's say, I don't know if you'll remember, 5 or 6 years ago, there was an entire scheme that was caught near Delhi or somewhere, wherein, they duped money that today you invest in 1 lakh, and then, you register 2 people under the name, and then every day or every week they get some X money. And when this, chains increase, your money is just increasing without doing anything. Guys, please understand, ये रुपए आप किसको दे रहे हो? किसी ने 25 लाख कमा लिए, किसी ने 1 करोड़ रुपए कमा लिए. Do not fall prey to it. You have to find out ये scheme क्या है. Ponzi scheme is anything which you feel it's not officially regulated. One of the key factors is that to realize that Ponzi schemes are schemes where majority of the people, the majority जनता will actually end up losing their money. ये जो शॉर्ट टर्म वाली चीजें होती है ना कि अरे अब तुम्हारे पैसे इतने 1 लाख रुपए लगाओ 10 लाख बन जाएंगे. अरे क्यों बन जाएंगे? वी हैव टू क्वेश्चन. कैसे बनेंगे? क्यों बनेंगे? उसकी तह तक जाए. when you go there, you realize ये सही है कि गलत है. You will get, probably database is so strong these days कि आप एक अपना नंबर रजिस्टर करो कहीं पे, and the database goes and just see, ma'am, invest in this, sir, invest in this. You invest, and then, we'll share profit. Invest through a portal. हमारे जो analyst है, हमारे जो ये है, or you'll get messages like buy this, sell this, this is the target. Guys, what crap. If everybody knew that, कि इसका buy करने से ये target पहुंचेगा, then I think all of us would be Bill Gates and Ambani's, right? So these are some bit of things that go around where you end up losing all the money. It's important कि कोई script पढ़ रही है तो we understand हमें कब enter करना है. Some company which is zero performing, let's say, the sector is also negative, and suddenly that company is like उसके share prices बढ़ रहे हैं. क्यों बढ़ रहे हैं? कुछ तो doubtful feel आएगी, right? So these are some bit of schemes that happen around, and we all need to be vigilant about it. So these are some examples I can give you, a lot of, at least from what my experience has come in. And I'm hoping ये चीजें और enhance नहीं है, but with the way the world is moving, I'm sure there will be other things that may come up. But you only have to be disciplined and be aware about what you are doing with your money. I hope, Rohit, I have managed answering the question. And anybody
Madam,
else? Yes, please.
Madam, how shall we distribute our total savings in different investment opportunities?
So, sir, I had already mentioned in that, one needs to take care of, I think I missed on a particular slide probably. One needs to take care of what my financial goals are, right? So if I'm, let's see here. So these are different checklists that one can take care, For me, probably, I need money probably after 20 years for my child's marriage. So I'm going to be investing into plans and thinking, whether if I'm retiring, I have to invest, I have to take care, once I retire. So as a fresher, when you start earning, you do not really bother about, you don't immediately plan about retirement, right? So it's a very subjective thing कि आपके क्या है. Of course, I will not say be, and आपकी appetite क्या है. For some people, it may be very, they do not mind taking risk, but for some, it would be no, I want slow and a very steady income, super slow, super steady. So it's a subjective thing. You can, but I will only say, try diversify your, bucket. Just don't restrict it to equities, or just don't restrict it to PPFs, PFs, etc. Make sure you're diversifying to debentures, bonds, mutual funds, so that your risk appetite is averaged overall. So let's say sum of 50,000 you wish to invest. Just don't go and invest 50,000 in a single thing, right? It's always better to diversify.
Actually, I want to know, madam, what percentage of our investment we should like to invest in government bonds, in secured bonds, and what percentage in share market or
it's your appetite, right? You have to understand whether you are a risky appetite or you are a non-risk taker. So it may differ. For a very risky person, he would probably invest 100% into probably one thing and invest nothing in four other, right? So it's a subjective thing. There is no rule कि 10% इसमें
Okay.
20% इसमें
Yeah, madam. There is no hard and fast rule. It is our appetite regarding investment.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Thank you, madam.
You're welcome. All right.
Any more questions? Madam, I have a question. Okay, Rohit, do you have a question?
Hello, ma'am.
Please post it into the group. I see you.
Hello.
Yes, Rohit.
Ma'am, like you said before, there is an option of where you can check a stock, particularly a company, a stock of a company. So I think instead of checking a particular company, why don't we invest in Nifty 50 or Sensex?
Yeah, so you're saying you want to invest into that sectorial Nifty funds? Are you saying that?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm not sure. I mean, why not? See, again, your strategy for investment is very subjective. As I was saying, Islamuddin, that आपको कहाँ invest करना है, तो let's say कंपनी मुझे उसमें नहीं करना, मुझे उसकी थर्ड और फोर्थ बेस्ट कंपनी में करना है. I want to do 50-50 in third and fourth. I don't want to invest into the first one. So this is very, मतलब eventually when you invest, you have to see कि मुझे क्या सूट कर रहा है, whether I'm getting the requisite return or not. आप इंडेक्स फंड में करना चाहते हो, आप इंडेक्स फंड में करो. आप पर्टिकुलर स्क्रिप्ट में करना चाहते हो, पर्टिकुलर स्क्रिप्ट में करो.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sanjay sir, over to you. I think you had a query.
Yes, madam, I have a question. Say a layman investor who does not have any idea about technical thing and the fundamental analysis of stock market investing. What should be the strategy of a layman investor to enter into the stock market?
Great. Good question. So lot of investor not investor, actually there are a lot of modules that come in. They can actually go in and go for basic training programs that is conducted by, I think, NSDL as well, and probably BSc as well. So they can gain in knowledge through that, and before they jump onto the market, it is always advised that you do a paper and pen trade. What do I mean by paper and pen? What you assume based on your analysis, assume that you have some X amount, and then you put that into the pool, right? You put that in, you park your money in ABC. See how is it performing. You can keep a daily tab. There is zero money involved, but this is experience involved. So there are, again, coming back to your first question, there are, probably NCFM has a lot of modules which is related to equities, it is related to mutual funds, it is related to options. So kisko, basic understanding about the stock market janne, they can actually enroll, they can study, and they can, in fact, get certification as well, that they are NCFM so and so certified into this particular investment thing. So they can gather in knowledge there. Again, what is difference between lottery and stock market? Oh God. Boss, good question. So lottery is where, stock market lottery has no logic. Lottery is aapne dala, aapka wo ticket number aaya, aapko paise mil gaye. Stock market is not that. You have justification as far as the pricings are concerned, as far as your performance is concerned. You have relevant data. There's like, both will get jackpot or maybe money risk. Because if you're investing in, again, I'm saying, if you're investing into good stocks, reputed stocks, you don't end up losing your money. You just don't.
Hello.
Sensible
Hello.
decision. Then so that it's like a jackpot.
Hello, ma'am. I have a question.
Yes, Manishi.
My question is, as a layman, we treat the stock market investment as lottery. It is the reality. It is the reality. As a layman, we treat the stock market as lottery ticket.
No, that's what
Ah.
I'm saying. It's not that. It's just imagine people investing into the long terms and probably earning dividends, etc. I mean, it's a अगर ये lottery होती, then I'm sure ये तो of course ये 30% slab में होती, right? Winnings from lottery अलग है, वो already mechanism अलग है. इसके लिए कोई fundamental and technical analysis होती है. मुझे बताइए lottery के लिए आप क्या fundamental और technical analysis करते हो? कुछ भी नहीं करते हो. सी कोई सेक्टर चलता है, कंपनी अच्छी परफॉर्म करती है, तो आपको रिटर्न्स मिलते हैं. So there are certain justifications where you're parking your money. It's not कि आज डाला अरे हिट हो गया तो हिट हो गया. Suddenly that's not how things work. It's a different proper investment thing. It's not a lottery. I'm good. You put the.
There is a correlation between investment in stock market and trade. So how can I remove my trade?
How can I remove my?
Stress. There is a correlation between investment in stock market and mental stress.
No, I can't get
Mental
it.
stress.
Mental stress. He's
Mental
talking
stress.
about mental stress. Correlation between stock market investing and mental stress.
Mental stress. So how can I remove this mental stress?
So please only invest all amount.
It is more easier to invest in saving bank, post office. It is more easier, and even in land, investing in land. Why I invest in stock market?
Boss,
It will take.
okay. Of course, the returns probably the stock markets give you, or the returns that the post office investments or PPF give you. There is a difference, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's a very subject. I'm not here to convince you that please go and invest into the stock market. My idea is to tell you how you can actually, let's say your appetite after end of month. I'm pretty happy if I'm getting 8%. I'm pretty happy. मुझे PPF में 8% मिल जाए, मुझे FD में 6% मिल जाए. मेरी जो financial goals है, मुझे जो life में चाहिए, I'm very very satisfied. I don't need money, but of course, when you want anything beyond the basics in terms of a 3% savings return or a 6% FD return, better returns are of course into these mutual funds, stock markets, etc. That's the reason why people invest in, because people want more money. You have more desires. So mental अगर stress होता है, then please choose your stocks very very wisely. There are some good stocks which you may feel that they are overpriced, but there are certain good large cap companies with good reputation that can actually be a good safe investment plan that way. It may be slower growth, but relatively should be beyond normal money that is lying into the savings account. So that's the whole reason why people invest.
Hello, ma'am. I have another question.
Yes, please.
How can I search who is the registered broker under my locality? There are many office of different types of broker is here.
Check
So how
it.
can I know?
So you can go to the website. There and check it. There's a option.
There is any authentic website?
Yeah, so BSc NSC has their own BSc.
Okay.
Probably even if you drop a mail, this is the registration number that the broker is mentioning. Whether just wanted to confirm whether it is illegal or not. Great. So I think that probably brings us to the end of the session. I always being there. I'm hoping you are going back these marks that we have tried imparting, so that at least you have a greater, brighter, and financial freedom filled future.
So thank you very much, madam, for your excellent talk on capital market awareness, money management. Not only the students, but also with the faculty members enriched a lot through this discussion. We have Through this discussion, we have come to know that giving first priority to saving instead of spending is the key to financial success. You have also explained the difference between the advantages of compound interest uh, in investment. So now I would like Dr. Monish Boito of Department of Commerce, Shyampur Siddheswari Mahavidyalaya, to deliver the vote of thanks and to end the session.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to be a part of this wonderful event. On behalf of the Department of Economics and Department of Commerce and also IQAC, I am glad to be standing here to express my vote of thanks. First of all, I like to give honor, give pranam to my founder of our college, late Murari Mohan Manna, for giving us continuous blessing. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Rampuria, CA Head of the Business Operation, Value Ideas Investment Service Private Limited, for giving excellent coverage on topics. We all are aware on capital market, investment plan, investment management, and all things. Sincere thanks to the head of both departments who handled the webinar throughout, especially Professor Sanjay Dev, who dropped the letter to the box of your office, Value Idea Investment Private Limited. And thanks to Value Idea Investment Service Private Limited for accepting our proposal without any hesitation, without any inquiry, and has sent a wonderful speaker for us. I especially thank our CIC, Professor Govinda Prasad Burman, for his continuous support and confidence in us. I also thank Professor Rajashri Mukherjee, coordinator IQAC, and other members of his team for making collaborating partnerships to organize this seminar, this webinar. We have been fortunate enough to support by the team of motivation, versatile colleagues. Thank you to all of you. I would like to acknowledge the continuous and countless support of our non-teaching staff. Thanks to them. A wide range of applause and thanks to all students, participants who have made the event marvelous. And finally, thank one and all of you helping us for making this event as a great one. Thank you to all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Manish sir.